Welcome to this video where I'm going to show you some news regarding Betpractice. The guys of Betpractice just opened a new option that you can see here in the top menu. It's called Try the New Version. So basically now, if you're not a subscriber of this platform, now you can have a peek of how the platform works and the different tools that you can use when you're a paid subscriber. And of course, it's a very limited version because it's free, so you can't do much with it, but you can play around and you can get a feeling of what is the platform and how to use it. So let me show you here. If we click in Try New Version, here we go. We land in the dashboard where you can see information like all the games per country today. And here you have the strikes. This, of course, you can see it's locked with this little icon and it says subscribe to unlock. This would show you all the strikes, like the both teams to scores, halftime draws over 0.5 halftime. So if we go to this is how you can see once you paid, this is how you see the strikes for today. So you get all the information. You want to bet in goal markets, so you have here a quick summary of where the meat is, which are the teams that are tending to have more goals, etc. So let's go back to the guest version. If we go to account management, of course this is again limited. You can't do anything here. Whereas in the paid version, you can create as many profiles as you want and select the different leagues as your favorite and change the real odds profile. That would allow you to select different, see this block here, but if we go here to modify, you could create different time frames for the database to use, like only this season or this season and the last two, this season and the last three. You can play around with showing you the teams at home or away or as both. So it gives you a much more comprehensible insight in the data that you're using to analyze your games. So let's go back here to the guest version. If we go to the pre-game, here, these are all the games that are on for today. We have 72 matches of 27 leagues. And here we see the real odds, which is like one of the main features of Betpractice. It's locked. It is only open for subscribers. And here you could typically add different markets to be shown, because this is only the guest version. You only get the match odds, like a home, draw, or away. And typically you could add strikes, stats, different bookmakers. This is all locked, but if we go to the paid version that I'm a subscriber, here we can see, let me start it up by time, nicer. So you see here you have all the real odds, the sample that is being taken into account to calculate it. You can identify value bets. You can sort them as whatever you want. You can add as many different columns here. For instance, if you want to get rid of corners and maybe instead have shots on goals. Here we go. There we go. So you have a much more comprehensible look into the game. But still here you get a look, you get a little peek on how it would work. If we go to the Explore, let's select one game that hasn't been played yet. Let's take this Egyptian game, El Geish Mazar. So this is the head-to-head analysis. You get all this. This is all in the free guest user version. So you still could get a little insight on how to play this game. For instance, you have good information like the average goal. But let's send this game to the Explore. Here again, the pre-game market analysis and the next goal features are locked because, of course, these are two of the main characteristics of Betpractice. But if we go, let's send the same game. This is a paid version again. Let's send it to the Explore. Here we go. See, you have the next goal, you have the pre-game analysis, you can play around with the database, say select the last 5 seasons. Let's say that you can play as well with the analysis of when the goals may be scored according to past performance. So you have access to the graphs, which is one of the main tools that I use in a day-to-day basis to identify traditionally entry points for goal market strategies. But of course, you don't have access to all this in a free version. This is a good beginning to start analyzing and where to start your research. I usually have a look at this just to check how the teams are performing right now in the last 5 games. So what else do we have as a guest user? You have access to the live matches that are being playing right now. So you see, this is all free information that you can have. So here, for instance, you don't have access to the real odds, but you have access to the real-time statistics. So for instance, this game is a friendly game, Scandisia 79 Rounders. So we can see here total shots, shots in goals, total attacks, corner, etc. But again, this would be much more comprehensive in the paid version. So for instance, here, if you click in real odds general sample, you can't see it here. Whereas if we go in my paid version here, we can see the last few games of these teams. You know, we can see Rounders only, we can see Scandisia. If say in the scores, maybe if we click here, you can see when and who scored the goals. So much more complete information here. Another tool that you can have a peek in here is the back testing, which is one of the latest incorporation of this version of Betpractice. It's still in alpha version. So even if you're a paid subscriber, bear in mind that this is a tool that is being worked on. Still, it's not a finished product, so always take it with a grain of salt. But here as a guest, you can still play around with system. You can create a system and identify the GIL and how is it working, although you don't have access to the system picks. So you have here the filters. You can add some variety to the data, but of course you don't have access to selecting different statistics or maybe changing the bookmaker. That is only available for paid subscribers, as you're seeing here. Here we go. You will have access to the system picks. So where Betpractice recommends you, according to the system you created, it recommends you games where to bet. Okay, and of course the last thing that you can't use here as a guest are the alarms. Whenever you are in the pre-game and you're analyzing a game, you have here this alarm tool, but of course, as a guest, you can't use it, whereas as a paid subscriber, you have this option available. So now if we go to any game, say again, this algae shade matter, let's imagine for a second that I've done amazing research, which you should do every time. By the way, if you want to learn more from my mistakes, I've done a video called 10 Lessons from Losing. You have a link in the description and in the corner of your screen right now. Check it out and give it a thumb up, please. So here we go. These are the different alarms that I could set. Say that I want to get an alarm when there are, say, over 7.5 corners and the odds are from 2 until minus, say, 70. Why not? And you can create it here and save and activate. And you can go here to the alarms already set and check. Here it is. That's what you can get now with the guest user in Betpractice. I recommend you to have a look. Go right now. I'll leave you a link in the description. Go to the betpractice.com. Have a look. Play around with the platform. If you like it, I'd suggest you to check out different videos on how to set strategies. For instance, like my over 2.5 full-time strategy for gold market. And then after you've checked some information, you can go get the free trial version of 7 days where you have access to all the tools in Betpractice and you can apply those strategies, see if it works for you. You can create a system, You can do everything you want during 7 days. And then, only then, when you know the platform, you're comfortable with it, you know that you can use it, then I recommend you to give it a go and get a 3-month subscription. You can use the code MathProfits to get a 20% discount, and you'll have access as well to the VIP community in Discord and Telegram. There, everyone shares their picks, and you can learn from other people, very experienced traders, and you can also talk to others, and others can learn from you. And it's a good atmosphere, it's a good vibe. So, well, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give it a like, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.